What is up, guys? Flossy Missiles here. In today's video, I'm gonna be showing you my new car, well, van. So this is a 1990 Volkswagen Syncro that I have just recently purchased. It's not originally a Westfalia. Someone put the Westfalia top on it, but it seems to be done pretty well. So yeah, let's check it out and take a little walk around. I've always wanted a Syncro, and this one happens to have a Subaru 2.5 in it out of a 2002 Outback, I believe. So yeah, Subi swap Syncro. Can't believe I bought this thing. Most expensive car I've ever purchased. It was $19,500, which may sound like a lot for a van, but it's actually surprisingly cheap for something like this. It's got a lift kit on it. You can see it's got some roof racks and awning, little, you know, aftermarket things here and there. It's got these big old truck mirrors, and check out the inside. It's got this crazy like floor mat all the way around, a little center console dealio to hold your drinks. And it's actually really clean, other than some rust issues. It's a little bag that goes up on your storage rack like Go Westy makes. I'm gonna get rid of these two seats. It's got the one big bed down here. I'm eventually going to swap all Westfalia interior in here, probably out of that beige van that's in the shop that you guys see me working on. So I'll do a full Westfalia swap instead of just the top. I mean, the top's nice too, and the previous owner had kids, and so it makes sense, like, you want to put the kids right here, and I don't know how many kids he had total, but I could see why this setup would be more ideal for him. But for me, yeah, I just want the Westy interior. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this thing was a little bit of a letdown for me, because in my mind I've always built up like Syncro swap, Subi, like, oh, it'd be so awesome to have. But it being so tall, I don't know if you guys can actually see how tall it is. This thing's like lifted super high. It doesn't drive as nice as like the 84 Wolfsburg edition does. And those come with a factory, like, little bit of a lift. This is the ideal height for me. These things handle the best. I've had this for about a month now, and I've taken it on some pretty fun roads and swervy roads. It's got this ladder too, which looks pretty sweet. And I don't like the way it handles too much. And maybe that has to do with the all-wheel drive system or four-wheel drive system, whatever, because it doesn't have a decoupler in it. And so the decoupler basically separates the transmission, like, it stops giving power to the front. So to the front drive shaft that goes up to the front wheels, it disconnects that. And so yeah, check it out. Really clean. Just has a few issues here and there. Actually has a lot of issues, but let me show you the big issues. It doesn't really have a lot of issues. It just has issues that are a pain in the butt to fix. And those issues are rust. Like most Syncros, probably not from California, which there wasn't too many Syncros in California because they don't really need four-wheel drive. This one has some rust. So they got rust around the windows. This is the worst right here, probably, or some of the worst, but it's actually not, because I already have a replacement hatch for it. Typical Vanagon seam rust. I've also got some all-terrain tires on it. I'm actually taking it up to Anza Borrego this coming up weekend, so we'll get to test it out. Hopefully do some four-wheel drive type stuff. But yeah, as you can see, you know, typical Vanagon rust. And the spots that aren't fun to replace, like around the windshield. I've done all this work before. I've done all this rust replacement before, and it's not fun, but it's definitely fixable. It's got a really expensive grill in it. What's it called? The South African grill or whatever. Those things are like $1,000 for those with the headlights and all that stuff. So yeah, I got a pretty good deal on it. Let me show you the motor and how cleanly it was swapped. So I have a book of receipts from the previous owner, and they spent well over $30,000 on this thing. Probably like $35,000 getting it built. They spent $16,000 alone just to get the Subaru swap professionally installed. Has a rebuilt transmission, 2015 I think it was. Motor was rebuilt, I think, a year or two ago, and that was $6,000. So motor only has 8,000 miles on it. It's got a working AC. Let's get into this motor. I'm gonna set the camera down. And there's the motor, Subaru 2.5. Oh man, it's really blown out with the sun. But yeah, super clean install. It's really, really dirty because I live in Norco where it's very, very dusty and dirty. We had a crazy windstorm the other day. But yeah, I mean, if you didn't know any better and you pop this off, you'd think, oh yeah, it's just a Volkswagen motor. You can't tell like anything hoky's been done, but yeah, all the power steering lines, like I said, the AC, everything's all hooked up and functions really well. So yeah, I'm stoked on that at least, but I would like to make some adjustments to it if I decide to keep it. Who knows, I could sell this thing. I'm also really looking at getting a Lotus Elise, but yeah, I've always wanted a Syncro, so I decided to get one. This one just happened to pop up. It's got the awning and everything. It's like, man, this thing is set up. After I have the full Westfalia interior installed in it, it's gonna be ready to go. So yeah, like I said, I got like everything. I have the rear headbanger, I got the closet, the sink, the stove, everything out of this one. So it'd be kind of ideal to swap it all into that one, especially because that one already has a beige tent in it and beige upper cushions. But let me know what you guys think about my new Syncro. Can't believe I finally have one. I always off-road these things and they do great. I took this one to Lake Arrowhead a few months ago, and I took it up to Monterey and off-roaded at both places, and it just killed it. So I can't imagine what a four-wheel drive can do, since a two-wheel drive can already do so much. Man, I can see myself getting in trouble driving something like this. But thank you so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more car content. Dude, check out those rigs. The giant screaming eagle behind us. Holy cannoli, if that's not American, I don't know what it is.